Emor talks about the sacrifices and how they have to be perfect. The animals that we offer to Hashem have to be free of blemish or any defect. And the question is why. So Sefer HaChinuch explains that the goal of the sacrifice is to get you closer to God, like the word korban, lekarev, sacrifice, but in Hebrew, korban means to bring closer. And you have to bring your thoughts and your feelings towards Hashem. And if the animal is perfect, it's easier than to accomplish that if the animal is blemished. Now, it's interesting, Rashi explains, that you have to bring the level of perfection of the animal is expected from the Jew is higher than what is expected from the non-Jew when he offers in an altar that is outside the temple. Everybody must bring perfect sacrifices to Hashem. But the Jew has to have, as the Torah specifies, very, very small details that also have to be perfect. Why? Because God expects from his chosen people a higher level of understanding, a higher level of devotion. Now, if you look at history, Cain and Abel, that's exactly what happened. Abel brought a beautiful sacrifice and God accepted it, and Cain did not. And that's when the problem started and eventually ended up in murder. So we see how when you offer to God something that is not perfect, could lead down the line to big problems. So you start by doing it right. If you're offering something to God, you're giving him a present, you're giving him something, do it right. In practical sense, today we don't have altar and sacrifices, but we do offer time to Hashem. So offer your best time. In the morning, the first thought in your mind, Modeh, thank you, God, for returning my soul for life. Try to study Torah in the morning while your mind is fresh, because that's the best time. So offer to God perfection. And then God will help you also reach higher levels of perfection. Now, it's interesting that when you bring an animal, we're more picky. The Torah is more demanding of the level of perfection as opposed to when you bring a bird as a sacrifice. Why? Because usually birds were brought by poor people. So God says, anything you bring me, it's fine. I mean, with certain standards. But animals were brought by the wealthier people. We expect from you a higher level of perfection. So we learn that each person has to try his own personal best when it comes to Hashem. And when you give your best, Hashem will correspond and give you the best of blessings with health, nachas from the children, parnasah in abundance, and all the blessings that we need. So if you're doing something, it's worth doing it right. When you give to Hashem, make sure that there is no distractions. When you sit to learn Torah with your child, turn off the cell phone. Make clear that this is what you're offering to Hashem. You're offering the best. You're giving your 100%, and Hashem will bless you, and you'll see beautiful fruits from your efforts. Have a blessed day. Shalom.